Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Walpurgis Nacht Annual Black Mass. This is the sixth Black Mass I have conducted on Walpurgis Nacht. I did it about 2 years before I met you.
Yeah.
So, it's a pretty intricate ritual for Satanism. I want to talk a little bit about the history of the Black Mass, and then we will actually get into the ritual itself. The Black Mass was actually first spoken about as an actual ritual in France during the reign of Louis XIV from a woman named Lavoisine. Lavoisine was an abortionist and a women's rights activist in the time frame. She was also known to be a conjurer and who conducted black masses, supposedly, using fetuses from her abortions. Very unsavory. Now, the thing is in France during the time of Louis XIV, abortion was illegal and it was punishable by death. Lavoisine was convicted of being an abortionist, even though at her trial, she had to give the first ever description of what a black mass looked like. But she was never charged for witchcraft. However, she was still burned at the stake. It's a really interesting thing because this is the oldest known ritual in Satanism that's been documented, and it's gone through many iterations and formations down through the ages. If you read my book, The Black Grimoire, I actually give a pretty intricate back history to it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. In nomine Magnae de nostre Satanas introibo ad alter Domine infere. Forty 44. We'll restart this. There we go. Nomine Magnae de nostre Satanas introibo ad alter Domine infere.
Adim quin latium minium.
Agitorium nostrum in nomine Domini inferi.
Quim regent tremium.
Before the mighty and ineffable Prince of Darkness, and in the presence of the dread demons of the pit and his assembled company, I acknowledge and confess my past error, renouncing all past allegiances. I proclaim that Satan, Lucifer, rules the earth, and I ratify and renew my promise to recognize and honor him in all things without reservation, desiring in return his manifold assistance in the successful completion of my endeavors and the fulfillment of my desires. I call upon you, my brothers, to bear witness and to do likewise.
Before the mighty and infallible Prince of Darkness, and in the presence of all the dreaded demons of the pit, and this assembled company, we acknowledge and confess our past errors, renouncing all past allegiances. We proclaim that Satan, Lucifer, rules the earth, and we ratify and renew our promise to recognize and honor him in all things, without reservation, desiring in return his manifold assistance in the successful completion of our endeavors and the fulfillment of our desires. We call upon you, his liegeman and priest, to receive the pledge in his name.
Domine Satanas, tau conversus vivabacis nos.
Et plebdens, terrens, algebrin, inten.
Ostende nobis Domine Satanas, potentum teum.
And et ventrifictum intum da nobis.
Domine Satanas, exaude meum.
Et clemon menius adjunct tenermam.
Domine inferis vobiscum.
Et cum tu.
Gloria Deo, Domine infere, et in terra vitia hominibus, portibus, laudamus te, benedictimus te, adoramus te, glorificamus, et gratias egnamus, tibi proprete, magnum potentium tium, Domine Satanas, Rex inferis, Imperator omnipotens. Lord Satan, receive this host, which I, thy worthy servant, offer to thee, my true and living God, that it may avail for my rejoicing in this life. So be it. Lord Lucifer, I offer to thee the chalice of desire, that it may arise in the sight of thy majesty for my use and the gratification and be pleasing unto thee. So be it. Almighty Lucifer, Lord of darkness, come and look favorably upon this sacrifice which we have prepared. Our incense arises to you, O eternal Lord. Let thee descend upon us with your blessings. Domine inferis vobiscum.
Etiam cum tu.
Sursum cordia.
Amdius dimnum infernum.
Nos gracia ago infere.
Digrum igitem estien.
We lift up our hearts to thee, infernal Lord, and give thanks at all times and in all places. Lord, infernal King, Emperor of the world, jubilantly all the infernals praise thee, and with them I join my voice in saying, Salve, Salve, Salve. Dominius Deus, Satanas, potente, pleni sunt terra et infernus gloria. Hosanna in excelsis. O mighty and terrible Lord of darkness, we entreat you that you receive and accept this sacrifice, which we offer to you on behalf of this assembled company, upon whom you have set your mark, that you may make us prosper in fullness and length of life under thy protection, and may cause to go forth at our bidding thy dreadful minions, for the fulfillment of our desires and the destruction of our enemies. In concert this night, we ask thy unfailing assistance in particular deeds. Here we come to the purpose. We ask that the Satanic Thulian Society continue to please you and shine as a beacon and grow within the Satanic community. We send out your heralds into the night to speak to those who would come to your call, to come to us. It is in the unity of unholy fellowship we praise and honor first thee, Lucifer, morning star, and Beelzebub, Lord of regeneration, Belial, Prince of the earth, and Angel of destruction, Leviathan, the beast of revelation, Abaddon, the great angel of the bottomless pit, and Asmodeus, demon of lust. We call upon the mighty names of Astaroth, Nergal, Behemoth, Belphegor, Adramelech, Baalberith, and of all the nameless and formless ones, and mighty and innumerable hosts of hell, by whose assistance we may be strengthened in mind and body and will. Hanc ignore servitius nostrae sedet cunte familiae tau quasimius domine Satanas ut placetus accipas Deus nostrae cum facilitate disponus et in electorum torum Julius grege numere Shem hem parash.
the Emperor's.
Enlightened brother, we ask a blessing. As she maketh the font resound with the tears of the false saviors of mortification, the waters of her ecstasy become a sounding of blessing in the tabernacle of Satan. For that which hath been withheld purest forth, and with it her piety is discarded for her lewd delight. The great Baphomet, who is in the midst of the throne, shall sustain her, for she is a living fountain of water. And the Dark Lord shall wipe shame from her heart, and replace it with the carnal pleasures. For he said unto me, it is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. And I will give freely unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life. That's great.
Satan, we bless thee in this temple with the waters of life. Satan, we bless these waters, for they are the waters of life. In the name of Satan, we bless this, for they are the waters of life. In the name of Satan, we bless this, for they are the waters of life.
Hoc est corpus Jesu Christi. Est calis voluptuous cap. To us, thy faithful children, O infernal Lord, who glory in our iniquity and trust in your boundless power and might, grant that we may be numbered among thy chosen. It is ever through you that all gifts come to us. Knowledge, power, and wealth are yours to bestow, renouncing the spiritual paradise of the weak and lowly. We placed our trust in thee, O God of the flesh, looking to the satisfaction of all our desires and petitioning all fulfillment in the land of the living. Shem Parash.
Shem Parash.
Prompted by the precepts of the earth and the inclinations of the flesh, we make bold to say, Our Father which art in hell,
Our Father which art in hell,
unhallowed is thy name.
unhallowed is thy name.
Thy kingdom is come.
Thy kingdom is come.
Thy will is done.
Thy will is done.
On earth as it is in hell.
On earth as it is in hell.
We take this night our rightful due.
We take this night our rightful dues.
And trespass not on paths of pain.
And trespass not on paths of pain.
Lead us unto temptation.
Lead us unto temptation.
And deliver us from false piety.
And deliver us from false piety.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory forever.
and the glory forever. Let reason rule the earth.
Deliver us, O mighty Satan, from all past error and delusion, that having set our foot upon the path of darkness and vowed ourselves to thy service, we may not weaken in our resolve, but with thy assistance grow in wisdom and strength. Shabhem Parash!
Shabbat Parash.
The mighty sounds have entered into the third angle and are become as seedlings of folly, smiling with contempt upon the earth and dwelling in the brightness of the heavens as the continual comforters to the destroyers of the self, unto whom I fasten the pillars of gladness, the lords of the righteous, and gave them vessels to water the earth with her creatures. They are the brothers of the first and the second, and the beginning of their own seats are garnished with the myriad ever-burning lamps, whose numbers are as the first and ends and the contents of time. Therefore, come ye, obey your creation, visit unto us in peace and comfort, conclude us receivers of your mysteries, for why our Lord and Master is the all one, the truest and ineffable King of hell. Ecce corpus Jesu Christi, Dominus humilium et rex Saborium. Thou whom in my capacity of priest I force, whether thou wilt or not, to descend into this host, to incarnate thyself into this bread. Jesus, artisan of hoaxes, bandit of homages, robber of affection, here! Since the day when thou didst issue from the complacent bowels of a false virgin, thou hast failed in all thy engagements, belied all thy promises. Centuries have wept, awaiting thee. Fugitive God, mute God. Thou wast to redeem man, and thou hast not. Thou wast to appear in glory, and thou steepest. Go, lie, say to the wretch who appeals to thee, hope, be patient, suffer. The hospital of souls will receive thee, angels will succor thee, heaven opens to thee. Impostor! Thou knowest well that the angels, disgusted at thy inertness, abandon thee. Thou wast to be the interpreter of our plaints, the chamberlain of our tears. Thou wast to convey them to the cosmos, and thou hast not done so. For this intercession would disturb thy eternal sleep of happiness and satiety. Thou hast forgotten the poverty thou did preach, vassal enamored of banquets. Thou hast seen the weak crushed beneath the press of profit, while standing by and preaching servility. Oh, the hypocrisy! That man should accept such woe unto himself is testimony to his blindness, that every very effect affliction thou didst credit thyself to cure. O lasting foulness of Bethlehem, we would have thee confess thy impudent cheats. Why thy inexplicable crimes? We would drive deeper the nails into thy hands and press down upon the crown of thorns upon thy brow, and bring blood from dry wounds of thy side. And this we can and will do by violating the quietude of thy body, the profaner of the ample vices, abstractor of stupid purities, cursed Nazarene, impotent king, fugitive God, behold the great Satan, his symbol of flesh, of him who would purge the earth of pleasure, and who would, in the name of the Christian justice, has caused the death of millions of our honored brothers. We curse him and defile his name, O infernal majesty. Condemn him to the pit, evermore to suffer in the perpetual anguish. Bring thy wrath upon him, O prince of darkness, and rend him, that he may know the extent of thy anger. Call forth the legions, that they may witness what we do in thy name. Send forth the messengers to proclaim this deed, and send the Christian minions staggering to their doom. Smite him anew, O Lord of light, that his angels, cherubim and seraphim, may cower and tremble in fear, prostrating themselves before thee in respect of thy power. Send crashing down the gates of heaven, that the murders of our ancestors may be avenged. Vanish into nothingness, you fool of fools, thou vile and abhorrent pretender to the majesty of Satan. Vanish into the void of thy empty heaven. Thou, for thou wert never, and shall not thou ever be. The chalice now calls the name of the infernal. Lighten, brothers, I ask that you join. Behold the chalice of desire and voluptuous flesh. It gives joy in our lives. We ask that you drink of desire and take pleasure in the name of the infernal. We do pray that thou finds this congregation pleasing to thee, O Lord, O Satan. For it is my bounden duty and service. We ask thou grant that the sacrifice that we have offered in thy sight of thy mighty majesty may be acceptable for myself and all those for whom I have offered it. Ego vos, benedictio, in nomine magnae, de nostre Satanas. I bless you in the name of our great Satan. Ave Satanas!
Ave Satanas.
Rege Satanas!
Rege Satanas.
Hail Satan!
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan!
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan!
Hail Satan.
So it is done. Thank you all for joining us tonight. It is a pleasure to do this. It has been wonderful being able to perform this for the 6th year in a row. Thank you all for joining us. I wish you all a good evening. Ave Satanas, Rege Satanas, Hail Satan, and Ultima Thule.